Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in today. My name is Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. I am coming to you live from Skyline Park in Brookline, Massachusetts. Here to bring you some high school varsity girls soccer action between the visiting Redhawks of Natick High School, seen over here on my right, as they warm up. They are facing off against the hosting Brookline High Warriors. Brookline seen here on my left in their signature blue jerseys. And I expect this to be a good game. You know, there's a couple of matchups, a couple of local matchups you can always count on to bring the noise, whatever the year, whatever the sport. And Brookline and Natick is one of those local rivalries that can really bring the noise every single time. I know the big hyped rivalry for Brookline is with Newton North. And I'm not downplaying that rivalry. That is a great rivalry. Again, same thing. Any year, any sport. But Brookline-Natick, you know, it's up there. It's you know, very low-key up there. I would say, you know, top two, maybe top three, you know, rivalries for Brookline across all sports. So this one figures to be a good one. Brookline trying to stay undefeated as they come into this one with a perfect 4-0-0 record. Most recently, 5 days ago, last week, they hosted Weymouth last Thursday for their home opener, came away with a 2-0 victory. Their third shutout through their first 4 games, all wins. And they're hoping to keep that momentum going. As we get ready for this one to get underway, let's take a look at the rosters for our two competitors here. Let's start with the visiting Natick High Redhawks. Going in order of jersey number, first up we have a sophomore, number 0, Sophia Ventrone. Next up, a senior, number 1, Cricket Lemon. A freshman, also listed as number 0, but these first 3 are all goalkeepers, so shouldn't cause too much confusion. But a freshman, number 0, Katie McMahon. A junior, number 2, Ashlyn O'Donnell. A freshman, number 3, Lydia Proya. A junior, number 4, Maya Schwab. A senior co-captain, number 5, Emma Grant. Excuse me. A freshman, number 6, Lulu Wislaki Wasecki. A senior, number 7, Carolina Holanda. A junior, number 8, Sahej Gulati. A senior co-captain, number 9, Zoe Graves. A senior co-captain, number 10, Emma Tavilla. A sophomore, number 11, Megan Mila. A sophomore, number 12, Stella Bogus. A freshman, number 13, Abby McCauley. A junior, number 14, Kira Daly. A freshman, number 15, Nicole Proya. A sophomore, number 16, Allegra Gagnon. A sophomore, number 17, Olivia Penn. A senior co-captain, number 18, Eliza Campana. A freshman, number 19, Maraviev Michelini. A sophomore, number 20, Cassidy Moriarty. A sophomore, number 21, Kira Henderson. A sophomore, number 22, Kendali Hacker. A junior, number 23, Erin Catania. And finally, a junior, number 24, Caitlin LeBrun. Head coach of the Natick High girls soccer team is David Wainwright. And if there are any Natick fans tuning in to this live stream, I encourage you to let me know if I am flubbing the pronunciation of any of those names. It's my first time covering the 2022 Redhawks, so I might get some of the names wrong. I'm not proud. I don't mind being corrected. I just prefer to get things accurately. So if you notice me flubbing any names or having any bad information, I encourage you to correct me in the live chat. And while this isn't the first game I've covered for Brookline this fall, obviously, if any Brookline fans happen to notice me flubbing a name, don't keep waiting. Please correct me. But on that note, let's go through the lineup for the hosting Brookline High Warriors. Again, going in order of jersey number, first off, we have a senior, number 1, Hannah Whited. Next up, a senior, number 3, Sarah Gonzalez. A sophomore, number 5, Vilena Chernychev. A sophomore, number 7, Nora Shu. A senior co-captain, number 8, Sari Frankel. A sophomore, number 9, McKenna Hammond. A junior, number 10, Amra Ukamadu. A senior, number 11, Eleanor Bergstein. A freshman, number 12, Julia Vianello. A senior, number 13, Gianna Pentland. A senior, number 14, Madeline Moore. A senior co-captain, number 15, Cecilia Wager. A junior, number 16, Emma Eisenhower. A senior, number 17, Riley Klaus. A sophomore, number 18, Anna Leshley. A sophomore, number 19, Sydney Freeze. A freshman, number 21, Mirabelle Kesselman. A senior co-captain, number 24, Talia Thompson. A senior, number 25, Phoebe Shea. And lastly, a senior, number 27, Alex Levy. Head coach of the Brookline High girls soccer team is Ben Peters. So that is the roster for the hosting Brookline High Warriors. Of note, senior co-captain Sari Frankel still not able to play today after suffering a concussion in Brookline's road win against Concord Carlisle a couple weeks back. But they expect she'll be able to return soon, possibly next week. Just, with concussions, you always got to be careful. So again, this should be a good matchup. Let's take a quick look at the season stats for Brookline so far. Leading the way is the sophomore midi, Vilena Chernychev. She's got 3 goals and 2 assists, 5 total points through the team's first 4 games. An incredible start for the sophomore. Another sophomore, Anna Leshley, who last year led the team in goals with 6, has not found the back of the net yet, but has done a great job helping her teammates find the back of the net. A team-leading 3 assists through the first 4 games for the sophomore midi, who has transitioned from the striker position she primarily played in last year and has filled that spot in the midfield like a glove, really. Next up, a senior, Gianna Pentland. Pentland was a player last year who got so many chances to score but had some of the most rotten luck. And the ball's been bouncing her way a lot more to start this season. She's got 2 goals already through the first 4 games. And then we've got Amra Ukamadu, who was a force as both a scorer and a passer last year in her first varsity season, tallying 4 goals and 4 assists, ranked second on the team last year in both categories. So far this season, she's keeping things balanced once again. She has a goal and an assist through the first 4 games. Wrapping it up, we've got 1 goal apiece from sophomore McKenna Hammond and senior Alex Levy. Coincidentally, both of those players' lone goals for the season were game winners. Hammond, of course, scored the go-ahead goal in a hard-fought contest out in Framingham last week. And then Alex Levy scored on a penalty kick in that road win against Concord Carlisle, which also proved to be the winning score, as Brookline took that one 3-2. Defensively, Brookline's been an absolute force. They gave up 2 goals in that Concord Carlisle game for a narrow 3-2 win, but outside of that, have not allowed a single goal. 3 shutouts on the docket for the senior captain netminder, Talia Thompson. And while the defense has done a great job limiting how much attack force she faces on a given game, she's still come through with some highlight-worthy plays. Had a fantastic save against Framingham that could have proved the winning score going the other way, because that was such a hard-fought game. So we are slated for a 4 p.m. start, but, like most games, we're probably going to start late just because, school lets out late, teams got to get bus drivers, all this logistical jazz. And so they're still warming up. Now, last year, as every year, these two teams played each other twice. Their first game last year was on September 28, 2021, out in Natick, and the Red Hawks took that one by a final score of 2-0 in what was another hard-fought game where the final score can be a little deceiving. And then on October 19th, they played right here at Skyline and finished in a scoreless tie. So like I said, it's Brookline versus Natick. It's always a great battle no matter what the sport. One of my favorite local rivalry matchups to cover. Obviously, there's, plenty of good teams, plenty of good schools in this, surrounding Eastern Mass area. But a Brookline-Natick game is pretty consistently special. So I expect this game to be pretty special as well. Once again, I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan coming to you live from Skyline Park in Brookline, Massachusetts for today's high school varsity girls soccer contest between the Brookline Warriors and the Natick Red Hawks. If you end up enjoying this live stream, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on all my upcoming live streams. We've got plenty of Brookline soccer on the docket this fall. Plenty of games, both boys and girls. We got games being covered at all 3 levels, varsity, JV, and freshman. And so be sure to stay tuned for those. Subscribing to the channel can help. And then, like I said, if there's anything you'd like to say, anything you'd like to correct me on, or maybe you just want to root for your favorite team or player, just say, go Brookline, or go Natick, or shout out your favorite player. All perfectly valid reasons to engage in the live chat. And anything else fun you might want to say, if you want to tell me where you're tuning in from. I love getting to hear about all the different places people watch these games from. Really makes it feel special that I'm able to, bring this game to the information superhighway, as it were. But it looks like we're about ready to get this started. The two teams huddling on their respective benches. The officials heading out to midfield to get this one started. The Red Hawks break their huddle. Get ready to take the field. Looks like Natick will be defending my left side in the first half based on where all the players are moving. You see over there in the black jersey for Natick, their keeper, number 1, Cricket Lemon. And you see Brookline coming out to their side of the field, accompanied by their own senior netminder, Talia Thompson. Looks like Natick's going to get the opening possession. This game should be a big test for both teams, both strong programs, but what really defines a strong program is how they fare against strong opposition. That's the stuff that's going to really matter once you get into, the dog days of November where you're trying to make a playoff push. Brookline breaks their huddle, and so we're about ready to get this one underway. Brookline versus Natick here at Skyline Park. There's the opening whistle. Here we go. Natick gets the first possession, pops it across midfield, and it's downed by Sydney Freeze. Gets ahead to Gianna Pentland, back to Alex Levy, over to Velena Chernychev. A retreating pass. Somehow Levy collects that, passes it back to Cecilia Wager, across to Sydney Freeze. Freeze fakes out an aggressive striker, gets a pass away to Levy. Levy tries to pass it back across, but it's intercepted by Natick's number 3. Launching an attack. Quick shot is going to skip and be scooped up by Talia Thompson. That shot coming from number 3, Lydia Proya. Rolled in to number 14, Madeline Moore. Moore kicks it upfield, threads the needle, but not cleanly collected by Pentland. It's going to be chased down by Natick's number 24, Caitlin LeBrun. Passed across to number 22, Kendall Hacker, and then back to Lemon, who kicks it towards midfield. A couple deflections. Still deflecting off of heads. And they're scrumming for the ball. Pentland gets to the ball. Pentland dribbling, stops, poked away from her. Good defense by the Red Hawks. Moore wins the 50-50 fight, passes for Pentland. Pentland launches one into the waiting arms of Cricket Lemon. Some good battles for the 50-50 balls there from Brookline. If you can keep up that kind of fight on those 50-50 balls, you're going to have a huge advantage in this game. Moore sends it upfield, looking for Sarah Gonzalez. It gets knocked out of bounds. It'll stay Brookline ball. Moore throws it in to Gonzalez, immediately kicked out of bounds by the Natick defender, Carolina Holanda. Moore throws it in. Deflected away by Natick, but into a space full of Warriors, and now they're passing it around. Levy's got the ball. Levy passes ahead to Pentland. Pentland trying to fight her way through, but gets sandwiched by a pair of defenders, and Holanda takes it away. Now Gonzalez trying to give it a fight. Can't get it away from LeBrun, and she sends it back to Lemon. Lemon barely kicks it away before Gonzalez can deflect it. Natick working on the clear. Stolen back by Levy. Pass ahead. Finds Eleanor Bergstein. Bergstein going up the far sideline. Kicks a centering pass. And off the mark, scooped up by Lemon. Lemon boots it towards midfield, deflects into open space, taken by number 15, Nicole Proya. Pass to the outside, aimed at number 9, Zoe Graves. Ball is knocked out of bounds, stays with the Red Hawks. Graves throws it in, goes off a foot, downed and launched wrong, and it's going to be scrummed for an open space, and a handball call against the Redhawks. Brookline's going to send it back to Cecilia Wager. This one launched down the far side. Bergstein tries to keep it in bounds and cannot do it. Throw in is taken by number 15, Nicole Proya. Proya going up the far sideline. Tried a centering pass, knocked away by Wager. Loose ball picked up by Bergstein. Bergstein kicks it up the line, finds Anna Leshley. Leshley dribbling, passes across to Levy. Levy kick deflected away by number 20, Cassidy Moriarty. Brookline trying to move the ball upfield again. Good deflections there and a pass to Moriarty. Pass goes back as Natick trying to reset their attack, but trying to fend off an aggressive Gianna Pentland gets the pass away to LeBrun. LeBrun's pass barely misses, getting deflected by Gonzalez. Instead, it's collected by Lydia Proya. Passed back to LeBrun. LeBrun passes it back, slightly misses the mark of Kendall Hacker, but Hacker chases it down easily, and she's got some space to work. Now kicks it up the line, deflects off her target, and booted away by an aggressive Cecilia Wager. Gets to Sarah Gonzalez. Gonzalez fighting against her defender, passes it back to Moore. Moore dribbles, trying to fake out her defender, going further up the near sideline. Now it's poked loose. Moore recovers, stays with the ball, still trying to fight for it, passes out, finds Levy. Levy has it poked away. It's going to stay Brookline ball after it was knocked out by Olivia Penn. Throw-in aimed at Pentland. Pentland trying to fight around, gets a bit of an opening, passes over to Anna Leshley, but it's too wide. Leshley cannot chase it down. It's broken up by number 10. It goes back to Hannah Whited, and Whited kicks it towards the far sideline, and Bergstein can't keep it in bounds. Throw-in is immediately booted by Wager. Brookline being very aggressive, pressing their advantage again and again and again. That pass off the mark from Pentland, now off the head of Wager, now off the foot of Pentland, over to Leshley. Leshley boots it ahead, cut off and cleared out into open space where it's chased down by Levy, passed back to Moore. Moore kicks it to the near side, finds Gonzalez, instantly tapped over to Velena Chernychev. Now pass ahead to Pentland. Pentland back to Chernychev. Chernychev launches a shot, goes off of an opponent's body, and it's going to be taken by the Redhawks. Pass aimed at Olivia Penn, a little bit long, but she chases it down. Trying to send a long through pass, broken up by Wager. Throwing it in is number 9, Zoe Graves. And they get tangled up, and it's won by Natick. Pass through to nobody, and Wager immediately boots that one out. Good movement by number 15, Nicole Proya. Throw in goes off a couple heads, and it looks like that one's going to bounce out of bounds and be Brookline ball. So Maddie Moore is going to be throwing it in from deep in her own territory. Aims it at Chernychev, poked away from Chernychev, but right to Gonzalez. Gonzalez tries to pass to the middle, broken up by Penn, stolen back by Chernychev. Lydia Proya kicks it away, and now it's tapped into open space where it's going to be chased down by number 20, Cassidy Moriarty. Pass goes back to number 10, Emma Tavilla. Stolen back by Anna Leshley, and she draws the trip. Another free kick coming from the big foot of Wager. Wager launches it. Downed for a second by Pentland. Pentland manages to get control of it, trying to dribble around multiple defenders, gets swarmed, and it's knocked away, taken by Penn. Penn pass off the mark for Nicole Proya. Pass to the outside to Whited, up the line to Bergstein. Bergstein tries to get it through, can't do it, but it's pushed ahead back to Bergstein. Now to the middle, aimed at Anna Leshley, broken up by number 7, Carolina Holanda. Pass ahead to Nicole Proya. looking for a lane, doesn't have it, and Cecilia Wager is going to kick it back to Thompson, who kicks it away without surrendering the corner kick opportunity. Now Hannah Whited sends it up the line. Bergstein trying to keep it in bounds and can't do it. Throw in is tapped over some heads, chased down by Proya. Nicole Proya towards the middle, off the head of Friesen out of the box. And it's booted up in the air by Chernychev. Now a high bounce, scrumming for the ball. It's sent back to LeBrun. LeBrun sends a kick through the middle, off ahead, and off the boot of Wager. Off the high bounce, Bergstein trying to collect it. And it's stolen away by Tavilla, passed ahead. Cutting through the middle, long shot, saved by Thompson. Thompson surveying her options after collecting that shot. I believe it was Olivia Penn who launched that one. High bounce off the punt. Now it goes off the head of number 7, Holanda. Couple of deflections, and now it's a race for the ball. Controlled for the Redhawks by Lydia Proya, trying to fend off multiple Brookline defenders, and draws the whistle. Kendall Hacker lining up for the free kick. Booted straight into the body of Sydney Freeze. Off the deflection, it's being scrummed for. Nicole Proya wins it and gets a pass back. Now centers it over to Moriarty. Moriarty boots it high, but it's downed by Gonzalez. Gonzalez kicks it ahead now. And it's kicked right back, goes off the head of Moore. Now a chase for the ball. Gonzalez taking it herself. Looking for a passing lane, sends it to the middle to Leshley. Leshley has got some space to work. Now launches one up the far line, but it's going to be stopped by Tavilla. Tavilla passes it back to Hacker. Now back to Tavilla. Going up the far sideline, deflected away by Anna Leshley. And that looks like it's going to stay in bounds. Leshley trying to gain the edge here. Kicks, deflected. And Leshley's going to box out. She's got to stay with it because it didn't go out of bounds. Tries a pass back. And it's taken by Natick. Still scrumming for the ball on the Natick end. They're looking for a clean clearing chance as this pass goes across to LeBrun. Kicked into the air, downed by Moore. Gonzalez had it for a second, but it was knocked away. Now the scrum in open field, and we've got a penalty marker as that was a collision between Levy and Graves. Free kick for Brookline. Wager lining up. Her first free kick from past midfield. Launches this one high towards the box, and that's going to sail well wide, and Lemon's going to take it off of one hop. Punt towards midfield. Off the bounce, it's headed towards the Brookline end by Nicole Proya. Chased down by Wager. Wager fakes out the pursuing striker and kicks it up the line. Taken by Bergstein. Bergstein battling, loses it out of bounds, and it's going to be Natick ball. Immediately booted towards the middle by Wager off the throw-in. Cut off by Holanda. Holanda dribbling. Has to pass back due to the pursuit of Anna Leshley. Kendall Hacker gets around one pursuing striker. Kicks it upfield. Deflected in the air by Whited. Now booted by Wager. And tapped by Leshley, but off the mark, stolen by Moriarty. Pass back to Hacker. Hacker sends it ahead, couple passes, winds up back with Holanda. Holanda back to Hacker. Hacker dribbling, now passing it, broken up by Whited into open space, and it's tapped from Leshley, aimed at Bergstein, but it's knocked out of bounds by Penn. This will be Brookline ball. Throw in to Leshley. Leshley tries to kick it over her head, but it goes out of bounds. This will go back to the Redhawks. Throw in goes to Graves. Graves cuts off the defender and passes it back to LeBrun. Popped in the air. It's a race for the ball. Moore downs it for a second, but then it's taken by Lydia Proya. Through pass. No offsides called to Nicole Proya. Cut off by Sydney Freeze. This will be a throw-in for the Redhawks. Off the head of Moore, off the head of Gonzalez, into open space, being chased after by Chernychev. Her pass deflected and taken back by Lydia Proya. Proya dribbling towards the middle, being pursued. Too many blue jerseys in there, and it's taken away by Levy. Levy racing it across midfield, passing it up the line for Bergstein. Bergstein tries to center it to Pentland. Pentland trying to fight for the ball, just barely kicked away. And now Natick works on the clear. Pass into open space for Moriarty. Moriarty kicks it ahead. And Nicole Proya gets past the defender. It's a race now. In comes Maddie Moore to make it a little more difficult. So Proya dribbling towards the middle now launches a shot that's going to be well wide and force a goal kick. We've seen a couple of great hustle plays by the Brookline defense back-to-back after some smooth passing and ball movement from both Proyas. Almost set up some dangerous scoring chances for Natick, but great pursuit on the first play by Freeze and another great pursuit, that time from Maddie Moore. Goal kick goes to Gonzalez, kick to the middle to Chernychev. Chernychev battling against Holanda. Gets a little bit of space and sends one out to the far side. It's downed, and they're fighting for the ball. It goes into open space. It's taken by Leshley. Leshley was looking for a trip call but didn't get it. Instead, it's booted into open space, goes off the head of Whited, and it's going to go out of bounds. Throw in. Kicked by Wager. Out of bounds again. Throw into Graves. Graves. Pass was off the mark there. I think the intended target there was number 18, Eliza Campana. Throw in to Amra Ukamadu. Scrumming for the ball. Ukamadu gets it, passes back to Wager. Wager swings it over to Freeze. Freeze dribbling with some space, and she sends it to an open Moore. Moore dribbling upfield with plenty of real estate to work with. Gets around one defender and keeps going. Tries to battle through another, but it's taken away by Lydia Proya. Pass to the middle to Moriarty. Moriarty boots it into the air. It's a race to the ball, goes off the head of Wager into open space, downed by Gonzalez. Pass to the middle to Levy. Poked away by Penn. Passed over to Nicole Proya. Proya trying to gain the edge on the far side, running out of room. Has to turn around, try a kick. It's deflected into the air. And now goes off the head of Leshley, downed by Chernychev. Swung over to Gonzalez on the near side. Gonzalez taps it back for Moore. Moore boots it into open space. Bouncing across midfield, chased down by Hacker, and barely gets the pass away from a pursuing McKenna Hammond. Now this ball stolen back by Whited. Whited fights through Penn, stays with the ball. Now sends a pass, aiming for Hammond. A collision, sends that ball into open space. Number 7, Holanda kicks it away. Now Natick with control, trying to work it from the backs. Pass to the near side, and booted upfield. And that's going to be chased down first by Sydney Freeze. Nicole Proya trying to fight for the ball. Freeze escapes and passes it to Wager. Wager fakes out Proya and gives it back to Freeze. Freeze dribbling, kicks it up the line towards the middle. Scrum for the ball, but it looks like the race is going to be won by Hacker, and Hacker is able to box out Hammond and kick it back to Lemon. Lemon kicks it into open space. It misses about everybody and is finally stopped by Whited. Pass ahead to Levy. Levy gains control around midfield. Pass back to Whited. Whited dribbling back, being pursued by Campana. Ball is knocked out of bounds, and it's going to be Redhawks' ball. Throw in. Goes off ahead. Bouncing upfield, and that's just going to be a goal kick for Brookline. Thompson surveying her options. Kicks one out to the near side to Moore. Moore takes it, passes it upfield. Collected by Chernychev, who tries a pass, broken up by Lydia Proya. Bouncing, taken by Holanda, pass back for Moriarty. She manages to get a touch on it, but it's off the mark, kicked away by Whited. Hammond chasing after it, but Hacker gets there first. Ukamadu trying to take it away. It's kept in bounds by Campana. A couple of deflections back and forth. Now controlled by the Redhawks. But they're getting swarmed. Real scrum for the ball. And finally, it's taken by Ukamadu. Ukamadu racing up the far sideline, using that speed she's so well known for. Ukamadu trying to gain the edge. Ran out of real estate, but she got the favorable deflection and sends up the quarter kick for the Warriors. First corner kick of the afternoon. Alex Levy going to launch the corner kick for Brookline. Towards the box. Oh, bounces past the keeper, but just booted out at the last second. I think that was Lydia Proya who got her boot on it to keep it from an easy shot for Brookline. They try again. Chernychev's shot is blocked. Hammond kicks it all the way over to Gonzalez. Gonzalez sends it back to Moore. Moore fires, bouncing, and scooped up by Lemon. Rolled in, passed ahead to Holanda, to the outside, and it's recovered by Proya and given back, but now a through pass misses, cut off by Moore, deflected away from Moore, and the Redhawks take it back. Freeze, trying to win the ball battle, but it's taken by Nicole Proya. Pass to an open number 11, fires well wide. Wager was in pursuit there, and the shot by Megan Mila misses wide. That'll be another Brookline goal kick. Thompson gives it over to Freeze. Freeze. Pass ahead to Levy. Levy to the outside to Whited. Up the line to Ukamadu. Ukamadu racing with it. Now sends a pass ahead. Downed by Hammond, but back to Ukamadu. Ukamadu trying to race and wrestle the ball away, but can't do it. Natick takes it back. Pass. Finds Holanda, who fakes out a defender. Pass to Moriarty. To the outside, off the mark, taken by Whited. Pass to Leshley. Leshley dribbling her way across midfield, draws the penalty on the trip that time. So another free kick for Brookline around midfield. These two teams kind of just trading momentum back and forth here in the first half. You'll have a string of scoring chances for Brookline, then a string of scoring chances for Natick, back and forth, back and forth. I told you this game was going to be good. Wager launches one. Oh, it's juggled by Lemon. Lemon just barely on the third try got her hands around that one. That was in and out of the hands, and then took her a couple of swipes at the ball before she could grab it cleanly. As she now punts it to midfield, taken by Chernychev. Back to Moore, to the middle to Levy, back to Chernychev. Chernychev to the outside for Gonzalez. Gonzalez pass to the middle for Hammond. Hammond trying to control it. McKenna Hammond still dribbling with it. Fakes and launches one to the outside to Ukamadu. Ukamadu downs it, and now it's deflected into the air. Taken by Penn, kick to the outside for Campana. Ukamadu gets to the edge first and tries to launch one, but did not have the angle. That's going to be a goal kick for Natick. Lemon setting up. for the goal kick. Kick down the far side, deflects off a foot. Julia Vianello tried to keep it in bounds, but no dice there. Throw in up the line to Nicole Proya, trying to launch a floater for Mila, but it goes off the head of Freeze. Vianello scrumming for it along the sideline. It's lost out of bounds and it's going to go back to Brookline. Oh, they actually called a penalty on Natick that time, so not out of bounds, but a free kick. Wager trying to make sure she's got the timing right on the kicks. Launches this one across midfield, goes off ahead. Graves kicks it up the line. Stays in bounds. Nicole Proya, nice use of the head to get around a defender. Proya dribbling with space into the box. Launches one. Oh, that one's in. It ricocheted off the pole. Number 15, Nicole Proya, the freshman, has been generating chances all first half, and now Natick takes an early 1-0 lead over Brookline. Just a very well-executed header to get over her defender, and now Brookline trying to fight with it. Anna Leshley getting through some defenders, still dribbling. Now taps a pass over to Hammond. Hammond trying to fight through her defender, still fighting, but the fight is won by Holanda. Clearing kick, goes up the middle, deflected by Freeze. Levy stumbles and falls while trying to down it. Instead, it's taken by Mila. Mila, pass, gets away from Proya, taken by Vianello. Vianello kicks it upfield. It's deflected off the foot of number 21, Kira Henderson. Now a few more deflections into open space. It goes, it's taken by Graves. Collision, no whistle, and it's taken by Brookline. Vianello bringing it up the far sideline. Pass up the line. Ukamadou cannot keep it in bounds. Throw in. Deflects out of bounds. It'll stay with Natick. Throw in again. Natick trying to keep possession. It's booted away by Wager. Ukamadou keeps it in bounds. Racing up the far sideline. Gets tripped up, and it was out of bounds anyway. Throw into Leshley, who somehow keeps it in bounds, boots it upfield, downed by a head. Now deflected into open space. Sliding in is Levy, getting it ahead to Hammond. Hammond's pass slightly off the mark, but recovered by number 16, Eisenhower. Pass down the far side. Ukamadou trying to race it. Gets a kick and gets the favorable deflection. This will be a corner kick for Brookline. Levy lining up for the corner kick again. Brookline hoping to get the equalizer here, as all pressure is on the Warriors with that 1-0 deficit. Levy sends it towards the box, goes off the foot of Ukamadou and out of bounds. That's going to be a goal kick. So Lemon lining up for the goal kick once again. Just taps it this time to her back. Now scrumming for the ball and into open space. It's taken by Leshley. Leshley sends a pass across to Maddie Moore. Moore dribbling, still dribbling. Now fakes the other way, passes back to the middle to Leshley. Leshley dribbling up, still dribbling. Sends a pass through to Eisenhower. Eisenhower trying to fend off her defenders, tries a pass for Gonzalez, too much mustard on that one, and that's going to go into open field, and it's going to be out of bounds for another goal kick. Looks like we got a sub coming in for Brookline. Replacing Sarah Gonzalez will be number 11, Eleanor Bergstein, re-entering the game. Lemon launches this one into the air. It's downed off the body of Eisenhower. Leshley kicks it ahead, downed by Hammond. Hammond sends a pass into open field, and it's taken by Vianello. Vianello launches it towards the box, goes off ahead. Another couple deflections. Moriarty kicks it upfield. Taken by Wager. Wager gets around Mila. Still dribbling, still going. Oh, a give and go between Wager and Leshley. Wager is charging, fires, deflected. Now off the foot of Tavilla. Leshley couldn't get her boot on that one, but she recovers, passes to the outside to Ukamadou, tries back inside, broken up by Holanda. A couple deflections, wild bounce, kicked out of the box by Natick. Graves now trying to work it upfield. Gets a pass away to Moriarty. Moriarty boots it upfield, and it's deflected by Moore, taken by Moore. Moore still trying to fight through defenders, tries to send a pass across, nobody there. Taken back by Natick, but then taken back by Brookline with Leshley, and that's going to be a foul on Mila. Another free kick for Brookline. They've had 3 around this midfield area so far here in the first half. Wager sails it towards the box and well wide and off the mark. And that's going to be a goal kick for Natick. 1-0, the Red Hawks lead here in the first half. Off the goal by the freshman, number 15, Nicole Proya. Goal kick is downed by Ukamadou, but then booted into the air by Holanda. Holanda trying to control it, sending a pass to the outside. Ukamadou wrestles it away, but cannot keep control of it, and that'll go right back to the Red Hawks. Throw in coming from Kira Henderson. Henderson throws it into Graves. Graves trying to get around her defender. Slide tackle, and that's going to be called. Anna Leshley getting a little aggressive that time, trying to go for the ball, but caught not enough ball and too much body, and that's going to be a foul. Free kick for the Red Hawks. Kicked across midfield. Off the head of Leshley, now off another head, now off the boot, off another head. Freeze now kicks it ahead, but it's right to Holanda. Holanda tries to send it past the outside, broken up, and stolen now by Levy. Levy kicks it upfield, it's downed by Hammond. Taken away from Hammond by number 24, LeBrun. And now it'll be out of bounds, Natick ball. Throw in. Deflected, booted in the air, headed by Freeze. Throw in to Lydia Proya. Kicks it towards the middle, but nobody there. It's going to be scooped up easily by Thompson. This one booted high in the air, deflects, and taken by the Red Hawks. And now they're going to call a penalty for the trip. Kendall Hacker lining up to take this free kick for the Red Hawks. A big chance for the visitors here. Hacker's kick is a line drive, and it's going to bounce wide for a goal kick. Pass goes to Freeze. Freeze gets away from a pressuring striker, kicks it into open field. Deflected away by LeBrun. Henderson can't chase it down. It'll be Brookline ball. Throw in. Off a head, off another head. Deflected down. And the race for the ball is won by Natick, but then stolen away by Levy. But then losing the ball. And we got a late whistle against Natick. A delayed penalty, I guess, since Brookline had maintained possession. Now Wager just going for a simple pass ahead to Levy. Levy sends it up to Ukamadou. Ukamadou taps it back for Levy. Levy fights through a defender. Levy fires high and wide. Some nice ball movement by the Brookline offense there, but could not get the angle they needed. Couple subs coming in, replacing Leshley and Hammond. Looks like Gianna Pentland and Velena Chernychev returning to the pitch. Kicks it over. Sent upfield for number 16, pursued by Moore, and now taken away by Bergstein. Bergstein dribbling towards the middle, passing. It gets to Chernychev. Chernychev can't fight through LeBrun. And LeBrun passes over to Penn. Now towards the middle to Graves. Graves sends it to the outside. Pass barely gets ahead to Nicole Proya, the lone goal scorer so far this afternoon. Proya dribbling with it. Tries to send a pass, but nobody there. Scooped up by Thompson. Rolls it into Freeze. Freeze to Moore. Moore, pass broken up by Penn and kicked by Graves, but right to Levy. Levy passes ahead, finds Chernychev. Chernychev launches one, goes off the head of Ukamadou, now off the knee of Hacker, now off the head of LeBrun, and it's going to be Brookline ball. Throw in goes to Pentland. Pentland sends it back to Vianello. Vianello tries to send it up the line. No angle there, and it's booted out of bounds. It'll stay with the Warriors. Thrown in. Deflected. Now Brookline takes it back. It's Vianello trying to dribble through. Holanda takes it back. Manages to get a pass ahead. Now a kick towards the middle is taken by Emma Eisenhower. Eisenhower somehow fights through our defender. Pass to Pentland. Pentland trying to fight her way through, but loses track of the ball to Hacker. Now stolen away by Eisenhower. Pass to Pentland. Pentland fires, and it skips into the arms of Lemon. Some scrappy play there from Emma Eisenhower and Gianna Pentland to turn that into a legitimate scoring chance, but just couldn't get enough gas on that shot. Bergstein now dribbling with it. Pass to Chernychev. Chernychev. Pass to Moore. Moore sends a curveball pass that finds Levy. Levy boots it in the air. Bicycle kick by Pentland, or rather a kick over the head by Pentland at least. But again, not enough strength on that one, easily taken by Lemon. Punted up the middle. Misses a couple players, and now taken by Vianello. Vianello boots it high. Now off a foot, downed by Chernychev. Chernychev launches one up the far sideline for Ukamadou. Ukamadou trying to gain the edge. Kicks, deflected out of bounds. That's going to set up another corner. Good pass from Chernychev and Ukamadou's usual, typically elite speed, both doing their jobs there to set up this corner. Once again, Levy setting up for the corner. This is Brookline's third corner this half. But so far, nothing to show for it on the scoreboard. Levy launches it, and it's booted out. Redhawks get their foot there first. Vianello tracks it down, sends it up the line to Chernychev. Broken up and taken back by the Redhawks. Pass to the middle to Penn. Up the far sideline, now back towards the middle to Graves. Misses her, taken by Wager. Wager pass to Chernychev. Back to Wager on the give and go. Wager charging with it. Gets through a defender. Wager still dribbling with it. Wager now sends a pass broken up by Tavilla. Some great movement from Wager, but is Natick going to try and take advantage on the counterattack? They're going to try. Big chance, but running out of room, and it's blocked and kept in bounds. Pass goes out. This is Nicole Proya, launches one towards the box, but it's going to be a pop fly for Thompson. Both teams showing an ability to press the advantage, but only one has found the back of the net so far. Moore boots it across midfield, off the foot of Pentland to the outside, and kicked away. Moore swoops in, passes to Pentland. Pentland can't keep control of it. It's taken away. Kicked ahead. Finds Proya. Proya kicked to the middle. Could not be deflected by Levy, but instead skips all the way over to Vianello. Vianello up the field, and it's just bouncing all the way to Tavilla, who's going to kick it back to Lemon, who boots it up high in the air. Off the head of Eisenhower. Now booted by Moore. Back to Eisenhower. Eisenhower sends a pass back to Levy. Levy sends it to the outside to Vianello. Vianello upfield. Deflected away by Holanda. Taken back by the Redhawks, but then double-teaming defense. Barely escaped and passed back to Hacker. Hacker's pass to the outside misses LeBrun. And that's going to be Brookline ball. Throw-in goes to Vianello. Vianello back to Wager. Wager kicks it upfield, bouncing. And it's taken by Bergstein, a favorable deflection, but cleaned up by the Natick defense. And that's going to be the whistle for halftime. Well, that half went by in a flash. We are halfway through this game now. Your score at half, the Natick Redhawks 1, the Brookline Warriors 0. The lone score of the game coming from Natick freshman Nicole Proya. So we're about to go into our halftime break, but before we do, I'd like to take a moment to do a local charity spotlight. I'd like to talk to you about the nonprofit organization Language Virtual. Language Virtual is a nonprofit organization made by Brookline High School students in order to help other students all over the world. Language Virtual offers free English language lessons online to students around the globe. These lessons are taught by volunteer high school students, many of them from right here in Brookline or some of the other surrounding towns. These students are recruited by Language Virtual to teach these ELL lessons through the simplest and most tried and true method of learning a language: conversation. To date, Language Virtual has recruited over 100 teachers to teach over 700 students across more than 10 different countries. And with the ongoing conflict in Ukraine, Language Virtual has seen an influx of students of Ukrainian descent who have been displaced by the war going on in their home nation and are hoping that these English lessons can help them adjust to their new living situations. So visit languagevirtual.org to find out how you can register either as a teacher or as a student. You can also donate money to Language Virtual to help them continue teaching students in need and fostering these worldwide connections. Once again, that's languagevirtual.org, languagevirtual.org. And all that information that you need about our local charity spotlight is available for you to see down in the description section, the URL to the website for Language Virtual. If you're a high school student who knows another language and would like to teach these English language lessons to some other students in need, you can register on their site. If you or someone you know is a student in need of English language lessons, you need to learn the language for whatever reason, that you can also go to the same website, register there. I'm pretty sure they've got a lot of their text in multiple languages just so it can be more easily understood. Um, and then, of course, if you just want to donate to the cause, just help them get more resources to help them teach these online classes all over the world. Again, same website, languagevirtual.org. But for now, that's going to do it for the half. Our score at half, Natick 1, Brookline 0, Nicole Proya, the lone goal scorer. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan from Skyline Field in Brookline, Massachusetts. I'll be back with the second half. Stay tuned. On YouTube. It's on YouTube right now live, and then after the game is over, it'll still be up there. Thank you. No problem. Yeah, no, it live streams so people can watch it while it's happening, and then if people want to go home and watch it again, then it stays up there. Yes, sir. there are some states that do a better job of info collecting than others. Because I've had to work, print stories and stuff like that. And, sometimes you just go with whatever you can find. Like, I used to work out in Kentucky. They're so big on high school sports because they got no pro teams or nothing. And so, high school, everything is online. Schedules, rosters, even stats.
Immediately, probably.
Yeah, immediately. Immediately. But then you go to anywhere in New England and you don't get that kind of information.
Really? So you find that with other...
Yeah, other states, other states, other schools that, value their high school athletics.
We lived in Naples, Florida for 8 years, and I'll tell you, down there, I mean, under the lights, you're talking thousands of people. Games, 4 miles, it's like that everywhere down there. I mean, the football, it's like that. One thing I learned about coming over here, though, is bring something warm.
You're not in Naples right now.
No.
Back on the mic, I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. Coming to you live from Skyline Park in Brookline, Massachusetts for today's high school varsity girls soccer contest between the Brookline Warriors and the Natick Redhawks. As we get ready to start the second half, Natick currently holding a 1-0 advantage over the Warriors, courtesy of a goal scored by Nicole Proya. Brookline will get the opening possession of the second half, and they'll be playing from the left now that they've switched sides. Natick will be over on my right. And one thing to note about Skyline is it can get windy up here, so the direction that you're going, if it's a particularly windy day, the direction can mean everything. Gianna Pentland at midfield getting ready to get us started, flanked by Eleanor Bergstein on the near side and Sarah Gonzalez on the far side. There's the whistle, and here we go. Second half. Pentland sends it back to Levy. Alex Levy fakes out a defender, now passes ahead to Anna Leshley, who swings it back to Levy. Levy sends it out to the far side to Maddie Moore. Moore launches a long pass, but nobody is there to chase it down. And so it's going to be scooped up by the Natick netminder, Cricket Lemon. This one punted down the far side. Moore kicks it, deflected away into open field. Race for the ball. Sarah Gonzalez gets to it, trying to fend off several defenders. It's forced out of bounds, Natick ball. Throw-in goes up the line, kicked out of bounds by Sydney Freeze. Another quick throw-in down the far side. Cecilia Wager slices the attempted clear kick, and Moore couldn't keep it in bounds. This will be a throw-in for Natick deep in the Brookline end. It'll be interesting to see what, if any, adjustments Brookline makes after falling behind in the first half, because they generated a number of scoring chances themselves, just none of them finished. Maddie Moore dribbling up the far side, deflected away by Olivia Penn. Penn kicks it back. It's booted in the air. It's downed. Kicked across the field. Finds its target. This is Eliza Campana trying to dribble around Hannah Whited. She gets around Whited, fires a shot, and it's well wide. Moore chases it down, kicks it upfield. And now a launched shot is going to one-hop into the arms of Thompson. Thompson now surveying, rolls this one in to Moore. Moore trying to fake out Proya and kicks it up the line. Deflected into the air, out of bounds. It's going to be Brookline, or is it going to be Natick ball? It is going to be Brookline ball. Or no, is it Natick ball? A little bit confusing. Looks like they called a foul on Brookline, or is this an inbound? Okay, it's a free kick for Natick. That was temporarily confusing. They've got Cassidy Moriarty lining up to launch the free kick. This one sent towards the middle and right to the waiting foot of Cecilia Wager. It's downed by Emma Tavilla. Passed ahead, finds her target. That's Penn, who kicks it ahead, taken by Wager. Wager launches it out of bounds. Nice catch by one of the fans in the stands. It's going to be out of bounds Natick ball. Throw in goes back to Tavilla. Tavilla kicks it back to Kendall Hacker. Hacker swings it over to Caitlin LeBrun. LeBrun back to Hacker. Hacker up the far side to Lydia Proya, who sends it back to LeBrun. Kicked upfield, it bounces over. And now Brookline tried to kick it ahead, taken by Hacker. Hacker's kick deflected out of bounds by Moore. It'll stay Natick ball. Throw in off the head of Moore and out of bounds. Whistle is blown. Throw in, goes off the head of Moore again. And that time deflects off of Gonzalez out of bounds. Another throw in for the Redhawks. This one bounces, goes off the head of Wager, now off the foot of Penn. Off another head, now off the foot of Wager. Bounces past Holanda. Leslie swoops in and heads it to herself and couldn't quite get the clean contact she wanted on that pass. It bounces high. It's downed and taken by Bergstein. Bergstein trying to fend off to Villa. It gets deflected back to Wager. Wager's pass well off the mark and out of bounds. Campana getting ready to throw this one in. Booted towards the middle by Wager. It's going to be downed by Leslie. Leslie's kick deflected, but still clears. Couple of kicks back and forth. Now LeBron tries to kick it, deflected by Gianna Pentland. Kicked into the air, downed by Gonzalez. Gonzalez sends it back to Moore. Moore launches a long leading pass. It's going to be a foot race to the ball, and it's going to be won by Hacker, and she's going to kick it out of bounds. Moore throws it in. It's broken up and lost out of bounds. It'll stay with Brookline. Throw into Gonzalez. Gonzalez lost control of it. Natick ball. Another throw-in deflected down by Moore. Out of bounds once again. Another throw-in. Bounce stopped by Graves. Graves gets smothered, and Moore takes it. Pass to Sydney Freeze. Back to Moore. Moore did not send a pass, but also couldn't break through. And now it's taken back by the Redhawks. And Lydia Proya gets a kick deflected out of bounds, and that's simply going to be a throw-in. Throw-in. Off ahead, but easily taken off a couple skips by Thompson. Thrown into Eleanor Bergstein. Bergstein kicks it upfield, headed by Tavilla. Kicked by Leshley. And now deflected out of bounds. It's going to be Natick ball. Campana throws it in for Nicole Proya. It's headed again over a defender. Downed this time by Graves. Taps for Proya. Proya trying to gain the edge. Gains the edge, centering kick. Misses everyone. No, it doesn't, and that shot is missed wide. Sliced off the foot of Cassidy Moriarty. So Nicole Proya continuing to cause trouble for the Brookline defense. Of course, another one of those touch headers over the defender on her back was how she got that first goal in the first place. And now using it again to generate another scary scoring chance for the Redhawks. Goal kick for Thompson. Sends it up the middle. Stolen away by Holanda. Holanda tries to pass back to Moriarty. Moriarty sends it further back. Now sent across and taken by Bergstein. Bergstein's kick is deflected. And a weird bounce, and Levy has to kick it to the outside. And now it's lost out of bounds, and it will be Brookline ball. Throw in. Bounces, and Campana just watches it go out of bounds. And they can't throw it in immediately because a sub is coming in for the Redhawks. Looks like they'll be replacing Zoe Graves. Campana now throws it in, gets it to Penn. Penn pass to the middle, finds Holanda. Holanda to the outside to the newly brought out substitute, number 13. Who can't get it past Moore. That was Abby McCauley making the effort there for the Redhawks. Brookline trying to work it upfield, but that pass got too far away from Pentland, and Hacker's going to send it back to Lemon. Lemon passes back out to Hacker on the outside. Hacker dribbles around one defender, now pass ahead. Finds a target pass back to Holanda and back to Hacker. Hacker launches it upfield, and that's going to bounce out of bounds. It'll be Brookline ball. Throw in. Downed by Pentland. Pass back to Moore. Moore launches one high in the air. Off ahead. I believe that's Tavilla. Attempted clear is stolen away by Leshley. Leshley gets taken out at the feet. It's going to be a delayed penalty. Brookline's got a chance to attack. Levy sends a leading pass for Bergstein, but it's taken by Tavilla. I guess not a delayed penalty call. They're just letting them play. Campana fakes out a couple defenders. Pass to Penn. Penn now with some fancy ball movement there. Launches a leader for Lydia Proya. Proya trying to dribble around. Pass across out to McCauley. McCauley's shot blocked by the body of Sydney Freeze. Now pass over to Campana. Her shot goes wide. Dangerous scoring chance almost off the foot of Abby McCauley. Well blocked by Sydney Freeze. Now Brookline works it up the line to Moore. Moore dribbles away from one pursuer. It's the same pursuer. It's Nicole Proya, and now Moore launches it up the line. Kicked back by the Redhawks, downed by Levy, and that's going to bounce out of bounds. Throw in to Holanda, popped in the air, off ahead and out of bounds. Throw-in goes off ahead. Now it's booted upfield, I believe, by Leshley off the head of Pentland. Aimed at Gonzalez. Gonzalez now launches a high leading kick, and no one's going to get there in time. It's going to be taken by Lemon. Couple high bounces off the punt. And it's going to be chased down first by Freeze. Freeze sends it back to Thompson. Thompson over to Wager now. Wager sending it up the line to Moore. Moore kicking it towards the middle. Couple bounces and it's taken by Pentland. Pentland passes it over to Vilena Chernychev. Now to the outside to Whited. Hannah Whited dribbling. Gets cut off. And Nicole Proya takes it, sliding tackle by Levy, takes it back, and now Proya trips up Anna Leshley, and this time the penalty is called. A lot of good ball first contact there from both teams, but then one did not get ball first, and that's going to draw the foul. Wager taking the free kick from around midfield. This one is launched towards the box, and I believe they called offsides. So this will be a free kick for the Redhawks. Hacker lining up. Hacker's free kick into the air. Deflects out of bounds. It'll stay with Natick. Throw in. Pass back to Hacker. Hacker kind of went off the side of her foot. Can LeBron save it from a potential corner kick? Yes, she can, and she can even get it up to a teammate. Now pass back to Hacker, who launches it into the air. Deflected off by Moore, and it's going to stay Natick ball. Almost a disastrous pass there. Could have led to a Brookline corner kick, but credit to Caitlin LeBrun. Throw in, deflects out of bounds, stays with the Redhawks. Another throw in up the line. And this time, is it still Natick ball? Couldn't quite tell which way it deflected, but based on how the players are moving, it looks like it's staying with the Redhawks. Throw in. And I think we got a handball called against Natick, or maybe a penalty of some kind. Either way, free kick coming from Wager. Wasting no time launching this one. Goes off the head of Penn. Downed by Levy. Levy can't maintain control of it. Taken away, I believe, by Proya. Now a pass to Moriarty. Moriarty dribbling around the middle. A pass to, I believe that's Lydia Proya. Now pass for Campana. Campana trying to chase it down. Whited trying to cut her off. Campana centering pass. Blocked. Oh, it stayed in, and somehow it was slid in and taken. Blocked! Blocked by Freeze! That was insanity around the box right there. I don't know how. I don't know how. A, I don't know how it got so close to going in, and B, I don't know how it didn't go in. That's how insane that play was. Looked like Wager blocked the initial shot, but it ricocheted off her foot so that it ricocheted off the pole. Thompson tried to slide in and take it, but she couldn't get her hands on it. It was kicked away by Natick into some open space. They try another shot, and this time it was blocked by Sydney Freeze. Freeze had a couple of potentially goal-saving blocks so far today. That one definitely a goal-saving block. Can Brookline take advantage? Moving on the attack, but there is nobody near the ball as Hacker gets it, kicks it upfield to Campana. Now back to Tavilla. Tavilla launches it upfield. It's downed by Lydia Proya. Proya's kick deflects and is now taken by Campana. Campana trying to gain the edge again and gets the deflection she wanted. This is going to be the first corner kick of the day for the Redhawks. Looks like it's going to be Carolina Holanda taking the corner kick for Natick. This one sent towards the box, headed out by Wager. Goes back to Hacker. Hacker launches one. High deflection. It's in the box. Scary. And Wager clears it out. We've got a slight stoppage in play. Not sure if a timeout was called or if a player is being checked on or what's going on. But either way, looks like we have a mass of substitutions coming in for Brookline. Among them, I see Amra Ukamadu, McKenna Hammond. Looks like number 21, Mirabelle Kesselman, and number 12, Julia Vianello. So now we're going to have the throw-in for Natick after that brief pause. Thrown in off the foot of Holanda, now downed, pass back out to Campana. Campana launches it towards the box, a little too far. And somehow kept in bounds, but not well enough. Hustle by Abby McCauley, but cannot keep possession. So Brookline going back on the attack up the far side. Lose control of it pretty quick, but now a scrum for the ball, and it's won by the Warriors. Pass to the middle, a little dangerous, and that pass manages to get out into open space, and it gets to Vianello. Vianello kicks it towards the middle, bounces past a couple people, and winds up at the foot of Hacker. Hacker passes to the outside, broken up by Moore, but too hard of a collision. They're going to call that one. Looks like she collided hard with Abby McCauley. Hopefully McCauley is okay. She appears to be. Free kick for Natick is just going to be sent back to Emma Tavilla. Now swung over to Caitlin LeBrun. Now sent all the way back to Cricket Lemon. Lemon's pass to the outside to Hacker. Hacker sends it up the line. And a scrum for the ball. Natick staying with it. Holanda's got it. Holanda, no penalty called, but we've got a player down hurt, as Holanda got tangled up with Mirabelle Kesselman. I think the Natick team was looking for some kind of a call there. They didn't end up getting it, but now we've got an injury stoppage. So Holanda being helped to her feet, but looks like she looks quite hobbled. Taking it very slow coming off the field. She is now walking off on her own power. Still limping a bit. And that could turn into a sorely missed presence in the midfield for these Redhawks. Holanda's been in on a lot of plays. And of course, I think I speak for everyone here and everybody watching, certainly hope she's okay. Free kick is launched, goes off the knee of Gonzalez, and that's going to go out of bounds. Throw in. And that's going to be out of bounds as well. It's going to stay with Natick. Throw in. Deflects over to Levy. Levy sends it up the line for Moore. Too far, broken up by Tavilla. Off the head of Penn and downed, kicked away by Leshley. Moore trying to keep it in bounds at the far side, gets swarmed by Natick defenders, and Natick gets the deflection they want. They get the ball back. Now a throw in back to Tavilla. Natick starting to play the clock game a little bit with a 1-goal lead. Hacker's kick taken away by Chernychev, passed into open space, tapped from Moore to Ukamadou. Ukamadou trying to fight off LeBrun, and she can't. LeBrun, great defense there to clear it away, but some hustle to take the ball back by Kesselman. Kesselman sending it to the corner for Ukamadou, and Ukamadou lost control of the ball, and that's going to be out of bounds for Natick. Throw in for Natick deep in their own end. Deflected into the air. Ukamadou kicks it high in the air and into the box. Lemon struggled to collect it, but she eventually did get it. Oh, they're saying that Lemon caught it out of bounds, which means it's out of bounds off Natick, which means a corner kick for Brookline. Levy setting up for the corner. This one kick towards the box, off ahead but wide. That one went off the head of Anna Leshley. That was her specialty last year. Got 6 goals in the regular season, 1 in the postseason, almost all of them off headers. But that time just didn't get the angle. Simple pass to Tavilla. Tavilla kicking it up the far side. Battling for the ball. I believe that's Campana who sends the pass back. Ball is knocked loose. Ricochets back and forth. Hacker clears it. Now a long leading pass. This is a dangerous chance. And Leshley gets there first and gets the deflection she wanted to knock it away from Kira Henderson. So that's going to be a goal kick for Brookline, and Brookline now trying to speed things up, trying to get things moving. Gonzalez kicks it up the line. It deflects from Moore to Hammond. McKenna Hammond fighting against Hacker. Maintains control. Kicks towards the middle. Gets it to Ukamadou. Ukamadou. And we've got a whistle. It's an injured player down, and that's Julia Vianello. Or no, that's not Vianello, that's Maddie Moore. Maddie Moore has been all over the place on her side of the field. She's been running up and down the line in on a lot of plays for Brookline. So this could be a tough loss for Brookline, depending on how bad this is. And like I said before, certainly from a humanitarian standpoint, you always just hope they're okay and that it's not that bad. Moore limping off the field. So out of the injury stoppage, it should be Brookline ball, as Ukamadu was dribbling with it when the whistle was blown. Brookline now lining up for the free kick, or no, just the drop in. Ukamadu is just going to take it herself and dribble. Fakes, can't get around another, but it's knocked into the middle of the field and cleared out by Tavilla. Couple of ricochets, and now still scrumming for it, and it seems to be won by Penn. Penn sends a long kick trying to lead Henderson again. Vianello is going to get there first and just box out to force the out of bounds. Quick throw in to Levy. Levy stays in front of it and passes back to Vianello. Kicks it to the middle to Kesselman. Kesselman launches it high in the air. Ukamadu trying to down it, being smothered by a pair of defenders. And gets tangled up, and that's a foul call on Natick. Wager launches the free kick. Deflects into open space. Racing in and kicking it is Gonzalez over to Chernychev, but taken away by Penn. Penn sends it up the far side. I believe that's Lydia Proya with the ball. Lost her footing, but got it back. Now passes up, looking for Nicole Proya. Proya cannot get the edge on Freeze, and so that'll be out of bounds Brookline ball again. Nicole Proya responsible for the only goal on the board so far today. 1-0 Natick lead here in the second half. Throw in, deflects. Get it to Lydia Proya, but her kick is knocked away by Wager. Chased down in open field, passed back to LeBrun. LeBrun passing it back to Hacker. Hacker gets a pass away. Finds McCauley. McCauley dribbling with it. Pass. And that kick's going to be deflected. Gonzalez somehow keeps it in bounds and gets it to Freeze. Freeze's outlet pass intercepted. Dangerous chance for Natick. Pass is blocked by Wager. Recovered. Passed back. Fakes. Dribbles in. Trying to weave through the defenders. And Wager clears it out with a large hit. Headed down by Hacker. Chernychev tries to recover it, but it's taken by Penn once again. Pass ahead. Finds McCauley. McCauley swings it over to the near side. Passed back to LeBrun. LeBrun boots it in the air. Knocked away by Wager. Downed by Penn. Penn tries a pass, but it goes right to Wager. Wager tries to kick it ahead, but it goes right to Hacker. Hacker back across midfield. Over to Henderson, but it's broken up from Henderson and broken up again by Vianello. Julia Vianello now dribbling with it with space. Sends a pass outside to Ukamadu. Ukamadu dribbling. Sends a pass across to Hammond. Couldn't get her foot on it cleanly. Vianello still fighting for it. Gets it to Hammond. Over to Ukamadu. Ukamadu trying to fight her way through. Gets a toe on the ball. Gets it to Vianello. Vianello now sends it to the outside to Ukamadu. The Natick offense has had defense has had time to get set, and Ukamadu is forced to kick it out of bounds. That'll be a goal kick. Timeout called by Brookline. So, unofficially, don't quote me on this, but it seems we have a little over 10 minutes left in the second half. Brookline still scoreless on the board. This is a Brookline team that has scored in each of their first 4 games, all wins, and they average 2 goals a game while doing so. But the Natick defense has been doing a stellar job of fending off Brookline. Particularly, they've done very well in the midfield, preventing Brookline from getting any really good transitions. I mean, that last one with Vianello and Ukamadu and Hammond almost turned into something, but just got a little too crowded at the back end. Coming out of the timeout now, we'll see if Brookline is able to conjure up any plans to try and equalize this, and at least try to escape with a tie. Right now, Natick with the 1-0 advantage. It's going to be a goal kick from Cricket Lemon. Launched upfield. A couple deflections. Levy takes control of it, still trying to force it. Slides in to keep it moving forward, but now it's taken by Tavilla. Tavilla tries to pass it upfield, misses her mark, but gets it upfield to another. Now a long leading pass going up the line, aimed at Nicole Proya. Oh, and she gets it. She gets around Wager. Nicole Proya trying to do it herself, but her pass is blocked by Vianello. Now taken by Wager. Wager dribbling, looking, passing. It skips, and it's cut off by Henderson. Chernychev tried to push it ahead, but Moriarty takes it. Now Hammond takes it, passes it all the way back to Wager. Wager boots it high in the air. High bounce, it's downed. And passed towards midfield. Levy kicks it back, gets to Bergstein. Bergstein dribbling, passing for Ukamadu. Ukamadu's got it, trying to gain the edge on LeBron. LeBron doesn't let her. LeBron's pass broken up and stolen by Bergstein. Bergstein trying to gain the edge. Bergstein staying on top of the ball. It's kicked out of bounds, and it's going to be a throw-in deep in the Natick end for Brookline. Vianello throws it in, deflects, couple deflections, kicked into the air by Chernychev. And now Levy steps in, gets a piece of it. Levy launches it well wide, and it's going to be taken off a couple hops by Lemon. Punting, and now it's off ahead. Downed by McCauley. McCauley trying to stay with it, cannot stay with it. Out of bounds, Brookline ball. Gonzalez, the quick throw in. Awkwardly downed by Hammond, but taken away by McCauley. McCauley passes upfield. Dribbling along the far side. Passed back to Tavilla. Booted high in the air. And out of bounds. That'll be Brookline ball once again. Inbound to Chernychev. And it's taken away by Natick. Natick's got some really big midfielders, and they've really asserted their presence in the midfield throughout this game. And it's made things very tough for the Brookline transition game. Pass back to Tavilla, kicked upfield, out of bounds. Natick ball. Substitution coming in for Natick, replacing number 21, Kira Henderson. is number 8, Sahej Gulati, seeing the field for the first time today. Throw in, deflected, scrummed around the sideline. Still scrumming for it. And now Freeze trying to clear it out. Can't do it, but then it's cleared a little bit. Natick still forcing it, but then it's kicked into open space. A high bounce. It's taken by Ukamadou. Ukamadu's got that speed. Ukamadou trying to race it. She's well covered. Trying to force her way through, and she can't. Good defense by Kendall Hacker, and Bergstein takes it. Has it poked away from behind by Gulati, and now a pass ahead. Lost her footing. Trying to get the ball back. Gets it back. Awkward pass deflects off Penn. Tries to tap it towards the middle. Gets there. This is McCauley. Kicking it upfield. It's going to be chased down by Wager. Wager kicks a line drive pass, deflects off Bergstein. Deflects a couple times now. Ukamadou is off to the races. Amaru Ukamadou centers it. Oh, deflected, free chance, blocked! That was an excellent chance for Velena Chernychev, but a better block by number 20, Cassidy Moriarty. Now Brookline trying to rush and set up for the corner kick. Levy launches it towards the box, deflects, and one hops into the arms of Lemon. That might have been Brookline's best scoring chance yet, and it just didn't work. Punt by Lemon. Downed. Deflects a couple of times, and now taken by McCauley around midfield. Dribbling towards the edge. Kicks it upfield, and that's going to bounce out of bounds and go back to Brookline. Throw in goes to Bergstein. Bergstein fighting through Gulati. And the deflection is going to be Natick ball. Another sub coming in for the Redhawks. Gulati surveying her options for the throw-in. Throws it right to Bergstein. Bergstein tries to get it through Gulati. No dice. And it's recovered for a second by Natick, but now stolen away by Chernychev. Pass through to Ukamadou. Tries the give and go, but it goes off the side of her foot. But it bounced away from LeBron, so Hammond took it and passed for Ukamadou. Ukamadou trying to race down the edge, trying to gain the edge on her defenders. And it's knocked away out of bounds by Hacker, and that's going to set up a corner kick. So Brookline again going to try and see if they can turn this corner into an equalizer. Levy again lining up for the corner. Line drive skips, blocked immediately by the Natick defense. Bounces back out to Levy. Levy can't get through her defender. She's walled off, but it's out of bounds. Couldn't keep it in, and it's going to be a throw-in for Brookline. Quick throw into Levy is tapped awkwardly into open space. Bergstein gets around her defender. Bergstein trying to make an approach. Her kick is deflected, and that's going to be another corner for Brookline. Brookline has got to hurry. The clock is mercilessly ticking away. Levy setting up. And it's a low kick over to Hammond, who kicks it towards the middle, but it's deflected into the air. Downed by Hammond. Pushes it over to Levy. Levy fakes. Now launches towards the box. Headed out. And that's going to be yet another corner for Brookline. Brookline has had so many corner kicks throughout this game, and especially right here, one after the other, but nothing finding pay dirt. Levy launches it high this time. Deflects. It's in the box. Attempted clear. And it's going to be out of bounds. Either out of bounds or a handball, not sure which. But either way, Natick takes over. Clearing kick. Kicked right back by Chernychev. Gets right to Ukamadou. Ukamadou just fires a shot herself, but not enough juice on that one. Easily stopped by Lemon. Punt towards midfield. Off ahead. Off a foot. Good efforts by Natick to work the ball upfield. Wager launches it back. Off ahead again. Now deflecting. Sent into the air. Off a foot. Off ahead. And now booted out. Booted back by Wager. High bounce. Chased down by Chernychev. Pass for Leshley. Leshley collides with Moriarty. Moriarty kicks it out of bounds. Throw into Chernychev. Tapped back. A launch towards the box. Deflects from Hacker. Taken by Bergstein. Bergstein trying to scrum for it. It gets loose into open field. It's kicked and deflected. And that's going to be Natick ball. Now a substitution coming in for Natick. Sahej Gulati checking out. Returning to the game, coming into the game for Natick appears to be number 16, Allegra Gagnon. Throw in. Out of bounds. It's going to be Brookline ball. Throw in. Deflects. Levy off the side of her foot. Chernychev kicks it back to Wager. Wager taps it over to Vianello. Vianello dribbling with some space. And her kick is deflected. She recovers. Can't get around her defender. And Wager has to chase it down. Nicole Proya was once again harassing the Brookline players, keeping them from moving the ball forward. Moving is Sydney Freeze with some speed. Tries a pass. Broken up. Natick trying to make things work on the counterattack. Proya passes into open field to Mila. Megan Mila has it deflected out of bounds. It stays with Natick. I believe we're about in stoppage time for this game as the clock freezes at about, I think, 5 minutes left when in the second half. Of course, here with a scoreboard clock, not entirely necessary to know that, but only the officials know how much time we got left at this point. Moriarty boots another clear, and that's going to go out of bounds. Another throw-in for Brookline. They just called for time and said 20 seconds. So Brookline running out of time. This ball kicked. Vianello launches one. Off the bounce, it goes off ahead. And no one connected with the ball. And there is the triple whistle. The final score here at Skyline Field in Brookline, Massachusetts. The Natick Redhawks 1, the Brookline Warriors 0. Brookline falls to 4-1-0 on the season with their first loss and their first game with no goals scored. One score was all Natick needed to capture this win. That score coming off the foot of number 15, Nicole Proya. I mean, credit to both teams. There were a lot of really great defensive stands both ways. A number of plays that should have turned into scores but didn't because of some spectacular defensive efforts. Credit to both teams, but in the end, the winner is Natick. And that is going to do it from Skyline Field in Brookline, Massachusetts. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan. Thank you all so much for tuning in to today's live stream. If you enjoyed this stream, be sure to hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel to stay up to date on all my upcoming live streams. Got plenty of Brookline sports lined up for this fall season, so be sure to stay tuned for that. You know, even if you're a Natick fan, there's a couple more Brookline versus Natick games I will be covering this season, so be sure to be out on the lookout for those. Subscribing to the channel can help with that. If you've got anything you'd like to say but the live stream has already ended, you can say it in the comment section down below after the stream ends. And remember, go down below to the description section to find out the information you need about our local charity Spotlight Language Virtual. See the URL to their website so you can find out how you as a high school student could register to be an English language lesson teacher to students in need around the globe. You can register if you are a student in need and need some English language lessons, or if you just want to donate to the cause. All things you can do at languagevirtual.org, URL down in the description section. If you check out the bottom right corner of your screen, you can see the URL to my personal website, jessesports.com. You can find out more about me, the services that I provide, and how you can commission those services for your favorite team and or player. Directly below that is my email address. If you just want to email me directly, get straight to the point, jgms88@gmail.com. And then directly below that is the URL to my Instagram account, instagram.com/jgms88, where I post highlights from previous live streams. But that's going to do it. Natick 1, Brookline 0. I am Jesse Mayfield-Sheehan from Skyline Park. Thank you all for watching, and have a good night. Thursday I'm covering the boys.